Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our December 17th council meeting here in the Hamilton Township. I'd like to call the meeting to order. The meeting is being held with the benefit of public notice as required by the Open Public Meetings Act. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Papero.
Yes.
Ms. Phillips.
Here.
Mr. Whalen.
Here.
Mr. Ty.
Here.
Mr. Carabelli.
Here.
Everyone's here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and salute the flag, and then please remain standing for the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, we give thanks for the many blessings that you give us this holiday season. As we arrive at the Christmas and holiday season, please help us to focus on the things that truly matter and let go of anything that pulls us away from you. Help us to enjoy this time with our loved ones and to make lasting memories. As always, bless this township, and may we as a government represent the best interest of our community. We ask all these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
There have been amendments to this evening's agenda that you may have received. This is posted on the website. I just want to go over them quickly. We have amendments to title changes to the dollar amount for CA2, which is 24-454. This is a resolution authorizing transfers in the calendar year 2024 municipal budget. That amount is $2,305,000. Then we have CA27, which is 24-479. This is a resolution authorizing agreements for professional services with Eric M. Bernstein and Associates, LLC, to provide tax appeal counseling services, and Dakotas Fitzpatrick, Cole, and Giblin, LLP, to provide conflict tax appeal counseling services for the period of January 1, 2025 to December 31st of 2025, and that's in the amount of $70,000 shared maximum. We have removed from the agenda this evening CA28, which is 24-480, and this was another professional services agreement, but this was with Triad Associates to serve as the housing consultant for the Township of Hamilton for 2025 in the amount of $59,000 maximum. We also have another removal, that's CA29, 24-481. This is a resolution authorizing professional services agreements with ACT Engineers, ICOM, Alimo, Andrus Consulting, Atlas Technical Consultants, Burkhart Horn, CME Associates, Environmental Resolutions Inc., H2M Associates, Kleinfelder. I should have just said what this was for. There's a lot of companies here. Kleinfelder Inc., Montrose Environmental Solutions, Morehouse Engineering, One Water Consulting, Paulus Sokolowski and Sartor, LLC, Prestige Environmental Inc., Remington and Bernick Engineers, Roberts Engineering Group LLC, Suburban Consulting Engineers Inc., T&M Associates, and Van Cleef Engineering Associates LLC to provide various professional engineering services for the wastewater treatment plant and collection system for the Department of Water Pollution Control for the period of January 1, 2025 to December 31st, 2025 in the amount of $500,000 shared combined maximum. I said all that to just say it's been removed.
Interesting. You get to write all those contracts.
Oh, wonderful. Also, replacing and adding, we have CA28, which is 24-480. This is a resolution authorizing an alternate award full disclosure contract with Language Line Interpretation for specialized interpretation services for the Division of Health, Municipal Court, and Police, not to exceed $70,000. And then we have CA29, which is 24-481, which is a resolution consenting to the appointment of Kyle J. Battaglia to the position of coordinator for the Office of Emergency Management to fill an unexpired 3-year term. Can I please have a motion on the amendments to the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Papero?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
That brings us to minutes. We have 2 minutes that are up for consideration at 2 regular council meeting minutes from October 15th of 2024 and November 12th of 2024. Can I have a motion on those minutes or any comments from my colleagues on those?
I'll make the motion.
Go ahead.
I'll second it.
Roll call, Madam Clerk?
Mr. Papero?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Passes 5-0. Next, we have communications. C1, receipt of documentation to amend a current alcoholic beverage license number 1103-33-046 Texas Roadhouse Holding LLC, trading as Texas Roadhouse. They are updating officers on file.
Can I have a motion, please, on this communication?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Roll call, Madam Clerk?
Mr. Papero?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Passes 5-0. Next, we're on to resolutions. Resolution 1, 24-450, resolution appointing a tax collector for the Township of Hamilton, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey.
So I'd like, before we get started this evening, to call someone who has a really good sense of what that office is all about. She spent a lot of time doing a lot of great work in our tax office. So our former tax collector, Danielle Peacock, I'd like to call her to the podium and say a few words.
Hi, everybody.
Oh,
Alrighty, thanks, Lisa. As Anthony said, prior tax collector for Hamilton from 2015 until just this year, November 1st. I retired, learning that new life. It's definitely a different life, but I wish it all for everybody. But I just wanted to take this moment for Jessica to recognize the well-deserved appointment to Jessica Cray as a tax collector for Hamilton Township. She has been a dedicated, hardworking team member in my office and brings consistent excellence to her role in everything that I've ever asked of her. From day one, when I threw her into the fires of tax sale, and she never even hesitated. I knew she was meant for great things. I am extremely proud as her predecessor to see her take on this new challenge, and I have no doubt that she will continue to thrive and guide with the same passion and knowledge that has brought her to this moment. It's an honor to watch her grow over the last 8 years with me and my staff. And you as council, this administration, and the residents of Hamilton are lucky to have someone as talented, committed as Jessica is to lead this department and her new team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that comes with a great, you have big shoes to fill, Jessica. I'll say that first, but I know you're up for the challenge. Anyone else wishing to comment?
Good luck, Jessica.
That's good. That works. Anyone from council wishing to make a comment?
I'll just say congratulations and thank you for all your work you've already done.
Yeah, I'll just say, Danielle, thanks for the work you've done over the years. Congratulations on your retirement. And Jessica, we look forward to working with you. Congratulations.
Congratulations
Thank you.
to both of you.
Yeah.
Retirement's good and
Yep.
the promotion's good. It's going to be a lot of work, but we know you can do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I think you have a great team in place, so we're excited to get you. Nice. Thanks so much for coming out this evening. Congratulations. Thank you.
Now to take a vote.
Okay.
You get to do a vote, yes.
Can I have a motion on Resolution 1, 24-450?
You have to open it for public comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should be seasoned after a whole year. Any comments from the public regarding this appointment?
Council President, see no members of the public wishing to comment. I move that we close the public comment portion and move Resolution 24-450.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Papero?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
Now let me just say, if you want to step out.
You have to take her
Yes,
with
yes. Get out of here.
Today was tax sale day. She's been working hard all day.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you.
I understand.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
All right, have a good night.
Merry
Bye,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Congratulations.
Okay, resolution number 2, 24-451. Resolution of Hamilton Township, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, supporting Blazin' Brown Suga LLC's application to the Cannabis Regulatory Commission for a Class 5 cannabis retail and dispensary license.
So Tan, hi. I know we have Tan McRae here, and I thank you for coming this evening. Yes.
Yeah, he's my attorney.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So Tan, nice having you here before us this evening. Why don't you just give a brief overview of the project, if you wouldn't mind.
We want to be the first to market in Hamilton for a recreational cannabis dispensary. We've been working on this project for about 1 year now. We finally found an ideal property. We're looking to hire 10 to 20 employees, preferably from Hamilton. I'm from Hamilton. My family's from Hamilton, so we want to build up our community. And if we can find people to come in and train the staff expertly so we are fully compliant with the CRC, that is what we want to do. I am in the last stages of getting my conversion with the CRC. This was just a formality because you guys had already given me a resolution, so I just basically need to make sure everything is concrete with the property, and then we can go right to the planning board. So
Okay.
I just want to make sure all my I's are crossed and my I's are dotted and my T's are crossed, so.
Any other comments from the council regarding this project?
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tan.
Thank you.
I appreciate you
Thank you.
being here. So can I open this up to the public? Any comments from the public regarding this resolution, Resolution 2? Seeing none, can I have a motion?
Seeing no members of the public wishing to comment, I'd like to close the public comment portion and move Resolution 2, 24-451.
I'll second it.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Papero?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
I'm going to abstain due to my work with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority.
And Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution number 3, 24-452, resolution of Hamilton Township Council, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, supporting Northeast Alternatives New Jersey LLC's application to the Cannabis Regulatory Commission for a Class 5 dispensary license.
So this is another cannabis. Letter of support regarding another property in Hamilton. Just so folks are aware, we in our ordinance have set a limit of three entities within the township that could proceed with a cannabis dispensary license. So I just want to make folks aware. This is not like we're rushing through a bunch at the end of the year. This is part of our what we have on. This complies with what we have. This is a letter of support as it pertains to them. They have to do all their due diligence before the cannabis board, get their, like Tam mentioned, get their I's dotted, their T's crossed. So with that being said, I just wanted to bring to the podium Chuck Latini and Grant. I forgot your last name, all right? So if you wouldn't mind, just giving us a little bit of a description on this project and what it looks like for the future at this site.
Yeah, good evening, Council President and Council. Thank you for your time this evening. I'm Chuck Latini, a local planner, and I'm working in the cannabis space now for a while. And with me is Grant Troger of Northeast Alternatives. We found a great property, and working with your mayor and head of community development, found after a year and a half maybe of hunting down some properties and some swings and misses, finally found a good site to locate our business in along 130. We really look forward to the partnership and the good spirits that we've actually been enjoying so far. We're working with your municipality, and certainly look forward to being part of the community, not just in job growth, but also in how we build the site out and work with the community on educational initiatives, making sure that this product is responsibly distributed and meeting all of the requirements of our license with the Cannabis Regulatory Commission, should we be fortunate enough to get operational. So if you have any questions of us, Grant's here. He's head of retail operations for Northeast, who has experience in Massachusetts and Michigan as well. So,
I guess my one quick question is, what's the next step for this location, this site? And
so the next step, Mr. Vernon gave us a copy of the lease today, actually, and after some good spirited back and forths, as you can imagine, Chuddy laughs. I think we have a deal, and like the previous operator, who's going to be across town and on the completely other side and not a competitor. Hopefully, it'll be a synergistic relationship.
Competition.
That's right. Absolutely. The next step is to get before the planning board. The TGI Friday site really has no site work to do. It's a beautiful site that only requires us to do interior work, so cabinetry and all that interior fit out, relatively minor work, and we can be operational fairly quickly.
okay.
But it's New Jersey, and who knows what
Who knows
quickly
what-
really
what's in
means.
store. Anyone else have any comments?
No.
Thank you, Grant.
Great.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you all.
Grant, did you want to say anything? I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad to be here, and best of luck, Chuck.
Okay.
Grant, great to meet you guys. Thanks for having us, and we really look forward to being in Hamilton.
Our pleasure.
It's exciting.
All right, thank you.
And good luck to you, too. Yeah, absolutely.
See how nice that's.
Okay. Oh, any comments from the public regarding Resolution 3? Seeing none?
Council President, seeing no further public comment, I move to close the public comment and move on Resolution 324-452.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Papero?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
I'm going to abstain due to my work with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority.
And Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Passes 4-1.
So once again, feel free, if you want to be entertained, and stay for the consent agenda and beyond, but you don't have to. So, thank you.
Okay, on the consent agenda, we have CA1 through CA47 for your consideration.
So I'm going to give a quick summary regarding our consent agenda, and I'll try to be quick. It's a long list, but we'll go through it relatively fast. So, one, we have Samantha Brown. She's current engineer. We're looking to reappoint her on this evening's agenda. We have some budget transfers, which I alluded to in the amendments. We have a replacement of a police roof project. We also have a FEMA grant for breathing apparatus. That's $300,000 grant. We have an opioid settlement grant for Hamilton in the amount of $142,000 and change. We have a CDBG grant that we're allocating or receiving in the amount of $622,000 roughly. We also have a renewal of a lease agreement with Mercer County to operate a meal site for older adults at the senior center. This is a 3-year contract ending December 31st, 2027. We have an assignment of a tax sale. We have an authorization to our tax assessor to file tax appeals. We have a contract with a third 1-year extension contract with the CYO to operate and run our Bromley Civic Center. We also have a second 1-year contract for the operation of the John O. Wilson Center. We have online foreclosure services through HERA Property Registry. We have a 2-year contract with Acrisure for health broker services. We have some capital purchases, vehicle purchases here. We have 3 Ford Escapes for the Department of Community and ED. These are already assigned capital projects. We have a Ford Transit 250 XL for water pollution control. This is also a capital project. We have mold remediation assigned. That project is for the McManaman Building with a company called AMS. That's also a capital project. We have HVAC control panel replacement at the Groveville Fire Station, also a capital project. We have a TCNJ, College of New Jersey nursing agreement for 2025. This has become an annual agreement. And then we're going to jump into some PSAs. I'm just going to quickly just not mention the companies like I did before in the amendment, but I'll just go through this real fast. PSAs for special project services. This is all, I'll allude to if it's not 2025. This is all for next year. We have PSAs for affordable housing services. We have PSAs for special project attorneys, for real estate title services, for tax appeal conflict and counseling services. We also have a housing consultant triad, which was a PSA. We have, did I say what that PSA means? Professional services agreements. I'm sorry if I didn't allude to that at the beginning. We also have one for professional engineering services for WPC. But I just want to make note. Did I read off one that actually was removed? I just want to make sure I didn't do that. 28. Yes, triad was actually removed. That's why when I went over it right now. So 28 is no longer. 28 is actually has been removed. So I apologize for that. But there's that. We replaced that with an alternative award disclosure contract with language line interpretation for specialized interpretation services for the Division of Health. So I apologize for that. We also have PCAs for engineering services, for project survey services, for planning services, for count services with Paul Carey, affordable housing agent. We have a medical director services, PCAs for landscape inspection services, PCAs for appraisal services. We have a pocket license transfer to Padrinos. We have refunds for at various Hamilton facilities. This may be Grafton House, saying Gardens. We have a firearm permit reimbursement. We have refunds of real estate tax overpayments. We have a release of a performance bond at 600 Cabot Drive. We have a release of a performance bond at 381 Ward Avenue. We have a rejection for an alternate municipal prosecutor. We have a refund for a marriage ceremony. So that pretty much covers it. Sorry, guys. That took a while.
Oh, nice job.
So, any questions from, I really don't have any questions regarding the consent agenda, but then any of my council colleagues have questions regarding that agenda.
It's a lot in volume, but a lot of it's just end of year, annual renewal of contracts, kind of pro forma type of stuff.
Correct. Yep. Thank you. Any question from the
I'm
public?
sorry, Councilman, it's also, we're trying to get ahead of the year, so we used to do a lot of PSAs for the next year, starting that next year, and so it put us back behind, so we're actually trying to get ahead of things now, which is nice for everybody involved.
It's nice.
Very good.
It is nice. Anyone from the public wishing to make comment? Yes. Janice. Lisa, I'll get you next. Yep.
Janice Connick, 432 Trinity Avenue, Cornell Heights. What's with the College of New Jersey? Are we training their nurses? Are they helping out with the agreement we have with them, whether in the schools or here in the township?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I don't believe I have too much backup on that one, but I believe that's what we typically do. Julia, am I right?
What TCNJ,
Yeah. This is we've done this for several years now. I know we've had this contract.
They take interns from
Yeah.
college, right?
They
So-
get their training and we get a service.
We get a service from it, yeah.
Okay, and how old is the police building that is getting a new roof?
Oh, that building was built, what, in the 70s?
40 or 50 years.
Okay, because
not
it
the
seems
first
so
roof, though.
new compared to everything else. I mean, coming to this
Right.
building, no offense or anything.
True.
This wallpaper is about
Okay, so it was about the 70s then, okay. All right, because like I said, it just seems, so new compared to everything else. Okay,
Janice, just for the record, I asked my council colleagues where you were. I looked over and didn't see you, and I didn't realize you were hiding on the side. There was concern for you.
oh, well, thank you. I like to sit where I
Am I
can
right
see all
with
you
that,
guys.
or am I wrong?
And girls.
Remember.
Thank you.
I don't remember. Well, it's right here, I'm just saying.
Oh, is that the?
Joy,
Roof.
now, I just want to confirm, this was a legislative grant, correct? This was a DC, yeah, it says it here, DCA.
Department
That's
of
a-
Community Affairs.
Right, yes, Councilman Whalen, that is correct. It's a 2025 legislative grant.
And
So,
it's just for the roof, and it's much needed because they've had several leaks.
Right.
Right.
With the way the roof was done.
No, I think it should be pointed out that we are getting a grant.
You're
for
right.
In a very large grant.
A very large grant to cover that roof.
correct. Good catch. Lisa?
Good evening, Lisa Williams. I have a question on the municipal prosecutor items on here. For CA 25, is this reappointing our current municipal prosecutor, or is it someone else?
Someone else.
Okay. So the current person leaves December 31st and we get a new person?
Presuming
that it?
that this passes, yes.
Okay.
It was a one-year contract.
Okay. And then 46 was to reject a proposal for an alternate. Does that mean we'll do another proposal for an alternate?
We'll have to go out
next year?
again.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Anyone else? Yes.
The police roof, did that go out for bidding yet?
Excuse me, sir, please.
Oh, just your name, I'm sorry, yes, thank you.
Daniel
Madam Clerk.
Krapewski, 12 Havenson Avenue. The police roof, did that go out for bidding yet?
Well, we haven't approved the
I think
expenditure,
that we
so
have to,
probably not.
yeah, I think
We're just
that,
applying to.
So you're just applying for a grant right now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Any other comments from council? Okay. Seeing no further comments from council?
Motion?
Can I get a motion?
Council President, I move that we close the public comment portion and move consent agenda items CA1 through CA47.
I'll second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Reparo?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes, I just have one abstention, and that's on CA 37, just because of the appraisal services one, just because a family member is a member of that appraisal firm. So I just want to make that noted.
Noted.
And yes to everything else.
Thank you. Okay, on to second reading and public hearing ordinances. We have ordinance 1, 24-051. Ordinance amending and supplementing the code of the Township of Hamilton, New Jersey, Chapter 485, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 2, Parking, Handicap Parking, repealing space established at 84 Marshall West by ordinance number 15-010.
This is on second reading and public hearing. Any comments from council? Any comments from the public regarding this ordinance? Seeing none?
Council President, I move we, since there's no comments from the public, that we close the public portion and move on second reading, ordinance number 1, 24051.
I'll second that.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Reparo?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Passes 5-0. Ordinance number 2, 24-052. Ordinance amending and supplementing the code of the Township of Hamilton, New Jersey, Chapter 485, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 2, Parking, 485-19, Handicap Parking, establishing spaces for 36 Annabelle Avenue, 19 Fitz Randolph Avenue, 105 Francis Avenue, 70 Reed Avenue, 339 Schiller Avenue, and 1854 South Broad Street.
Any comments from,
This is establishing the spa that was talked about last meeting, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
I think that was Reed.
7 degrees.
70 degree.
Yeah.
Any comments from the public? Okay. Seeing none?
Council President, I move that we close the public comment portion and move ordinance 24-052 on second reading.
I'll second,
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Reparo.
Yes.
Ms. Phillips.
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Passes 5-0. On to ordinance number 3, 24-053, ordinance accepting a deed of public access easement, a deed of site triangle easement number 1, and a deed of site triangle easement number 2 for 2144 East State Road Industrial LLC, 2144 East State Street, Block 1588, portion of Lot 4, formerly Lots 3 and 4.
All right, just correct me if I'm wrong, Ellis or Joy. Is this is a public sculpture garden easement?
So, just make sure you can hear me, or everybody else can hear me. Yeah, so this is a property where it's already been to the land use boards, and as a condition of their approvals, these easements and would be given to us. 2 of the easements are just site triangles, so just so for traffic to be able to see, so they can't build anything or
Okay,
so forth.
okay.
So that's a normal sort of regular planning situation.
Okay.
The third one is for a sculpture, because where it's located on East State Street, it's very near on the way to the sculpture garden. And so in order to beautify the neighborhood and to expand the beauty of the sculpture garden, they are giving us the easement so that a negotiation can occur with the sculpture garden to put a nice sculpture there to on the way towards the sculpture garden.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Any comments from council? Any comments from the public? Seeing none?
Council President, I make a motion to close public comment and move on ordinance 324-053.
I'll second it.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Reparo?
Yes.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Whalen?
Yes.
Mr. Ty?
Yes.
Mr. Carabelli?
Yes.
Passes 5-0.
That brings us to comments from the public. Okay. First up, we have Joseph. Last name begins with a Y.
T.
Oh, T? I'm sorry.
We're together.
Oh, together? Okay. Joseph and Peter.
You were close.
Together, not together.
Just state your name for the record, if you wouldn't mind. Yep, thank you.
So my name is Peter Anapol.
I am Joseph Tachuk.
I have some supporting pictures. Can I approach?
Yeah,
Can
go
I
right ahead.
curtsy? What do I?
Yes,
Give
go
them
right
to
ahead.
We'll pass them.
normally the clerk.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's 3 copies. You can just kind of share it, look on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll share them with.
No, me and each other work.
We'll share.
You're the president. You get one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Veterans Park.
Yes. So, good evening. My name is Peter Anapol. I'm joined by Joseph Tachuk. We represent the Mercer County Street Hockey Association. We are happy to be celebrating our 50th season of co-ed adult recreational street hockey. Thank you largely in part to our relationship with Hamilton Township and with the Recreation Department. We're here tonight to build on that existing relationship, to solidify a more clear path of communication as it refers to that partnership, and to address some concerns with the hockey rink located in Veterans Park. As the council may already be aware, new sport court tiles were installed by the township in 2023. While these tiles have made the rink a more desirable place to play, they also require more diligent maintenance than the original concrete surface. As these types of surfaces tend to do, ours is shifting and causing gaps between the tiles and the boards around the side of the rink closest to the skate park. In addition, the shift in the surface has caused a split to occur behind one of the goals closest to the scoreboard. Additional tiles should be installed around the entirety of the rink, allowing for this shift to occur naturally and mitigating these gaps and splits, which create a potential safety hazard. The boards around the rink are made entirely of plywood. Over time, the plywood has begun to rot. There are holes, missing pieces, and exposed nails and screws. Additionally, one or more of the dasher boards, which are the yellow boards at the base of the rink, are warped and need to be either repaired and or replaced to remediate any safety issues where they are concerned. We did have a preliminary conversation with the Hamilton Township Recreational Department at one time, and it was never followed up on after the sport tiles were agreed to. The scoreboard within Veterans Park at the hockey rink is 20-plus years old and has not been fully functional for some time now. When it's powered on, half of the scoreboard lights, half of it doesn't, and the unit just repetitively clicks. We'd love to see something new in its place. We did have to purchase a small portable scoreboard that's not a great long-term solution. And our last concern here tonight is the security of the rink itself. We understand that Veterans Park is a public park and should be open to all, but we would love to see more security measures taken to protect the continued investment that Hamilton Township has made and hopefully will make on that hockey rink. Replacing and or extending the existing fence around the entirety of the rink, as well as locking the rink while not in use, would prolong the life of the rink, as well as any updates, upgrades, or investments made. We're not asking that everything is addressed overnight, although that would be nice. We are asking for the township to strengthen its partnership with our organization and create a more open line of communication where our concerns are addressed in a timelier fashion. Thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. One of the, I know this is preliminary, but maybe it would be a good idea if you just put some of those thoughts on the improvements that are necessary or that you feel like, that need to be addressed immediate, maybe a little bit down the road might be something that you can just put together in an email for us. And also, I would say the best person to start with would be the recreation.
We have, and
Who are you sending it to?
Who did you send it to?
Nicole Zeller.
Yep. Zoller.
Can you forward those to us? All five of us?
Sure.
So just if we had like you may have already done this, just a list of some of the items that you think need to be addressed. I mean, yeah, you definitely could tell there needs to, it's a shame. It was 2023 when it was installed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's not, that shouldn't be like that after such a short time. So,
I wonder,
go ahead.
I wonder if they're still in warranty or if we could,
So the person that installed it, the company, is no longer in business, but the manufacturer was very responsive when we reached out, and they did come back out for a site visit to see what could be done with the actual tiles themselves.
Okay.
So we have been looking.
Yeah, we have been in communication with the recreational department. They're fantastic to work with, and we'll send them our concerns, and they'll pass them along to somebody who may or may not be in the position that they were 6 months ago. And we understand that different parts of the year, we're concerned with Oktoberfest, and we're concerned with, it's Christmas season. We'd like to have the opening line of communication.
So, exactly, I agree with you. And I think that, certain items may be a little bit more costly and more expensive. So there may be some items that we consider in our capital budget next year or something like that based on the recommendations that we receive. But yeah, I appreciate you bringing this to our attention. And when does it typically run? From like March to
we play
October?
Year round.
Okay.
I'm going to call it our bread and butter. We play from September until we're done.
Okay.
That can last anywhere from March to June, depending upon Mother Nature.
Okay.
I got just a question.
Absolutely.
After the install, it almost looks like tiles missing. I mean, it shifted that much?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the surface beneath the sport tiles, and I don't want to get off on a tangent, but the surface beneath the tiles wasn't addressed the way that it should have been when the tiles were put down. So the existing surface could be slanted a little bit, so increased usage could be shifting the entire surface away from that side of the rink. I'll copy of what I...
Also, the tiles that were ordered.
Sir, can you just step to the mic?
I'm sorry. The tiles that were installed were made for foot, not rollerblades, and they do have rollerbladers that go on the court, which are tearing up the tiles as well. There's a sign that says no skateboarding and no biking, but there's nothing that says no rollerblading. I've talked to people that have played after our league on Sundays, and I've asked them nicely the court's not made for rollerblades, but there's no consideration, and they just go out and rollerblade anyway.
Chris, I've copied a letter, I'll pass.
Okay, thank you.
can you forward me those emails? I'm Rick Ty.
Can you
If you go to
I
our
can
website,
give you my
All our council emails are on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll forward everything that we have.
Here's my card.
Okay, this is good. I appreciate you bringing this to our attention. Anyone else?
So you guys work with the league?
We run the league.
You guys run the league?
Yeah, they are the league.
So how's the league doing?
Doing good.
Doing good? How many teams?
We're in our 15th season.
Who won this year? Who won the league?
We're still in.
Get him out there. He's right around the corner.
So the mayor did come out the first game last season and dropped our inaugural first puck on the on the new surface. Please, we play every Sunday morning. We invite anybody to come out and watch and see what it's all about. And
Is it age limited?
18 to 60 plus.
Okay.
And I do believe that the Police Athletic League does something on this rink in the spring.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
Good.
Well, thanks
All
for your volunteer work with this and the work you're doing in the
Yeah,
community.
I remember this coming up as.
We did have a pandemic Zoom with a few, I recognize names, so.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this crack right down the middle of the court looks especially concerning. You know, that's obviously going to affect play.
Yeah.
Well, that we just had an incident where that crack became an issue because the board behind it, a screw came out and a stick got stuck in between, and it kind of hit somebody in the stomach. So we had to go out, we had to, nail it through and make sure that it went back in its proper place.
What are these, rubberized? They're
No.
rubberized tiles or?
Oh, I'm sorry, the tiles?
Yeah, the tile.
No, like a plastic click.
Like plastic, okay.
Okay.
All right, thanks for bringing it to our attention, guys.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Thanks, Joe. Okay, that was all that was on the sign-up sheet. Anyone else wishing to comment from the public? Lisa?
Good evening, Lisa Williams. Given I see Joyce here, it's a good time to ask, what is the status of upgrading their phone system at the shelter? Whenever I ask, they say that you're in charge of it, so I saw you were here. I was like, good time to ask.
The phones are all being updated at the same time around the entire township, not just the animal shelter. So part of it, there's certain areas that need to have their calls recorded, like Hampstead, and it's a lot more work than you would think that goes into that. So until we're 100% done testing that, I keep hoping that it's going to be by the end of whatever month you ask me. So I don't have a full answer for you, but
Okay. I don't know if the importance of the animal shelter phone not going to voicemail has been stressed enough. Well, last January, there was an issue with a very large dog in my neighborhood pouncing through a fence and charging at me and my dog on a leash. And I got voicemail when I called for help. And that is when I was told that this was a priority. So this is not a comforting response because there continue to be dogs escaping front doors and gates in my neighborhood coming after me and my dog. And so it was a priority mid-January last year. We're 11 and a half months later. We don't have it updated, and we don't have an answer for when it's going to be done.
it is a priority, but we can't implement it and go live if it's not working properly.
Well, I know, but, I mean, am I the only one who thinks 11 and a half months is not really priority land?
I think it's a priority, but if it's an emergency, people are supposed to call 911, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that 911, is a dog charging you a 911 emergency? I don't
On
want to
your
be accused
property?
of making a 911.
And then imitate.
Could I just finish? I don't want to be accused of making a call to 911 that's not a 911-able situation.
How about 581-4000?
Oh, yeah, and then you get to go, yes, I call there when I get a hold on hold, but that's not quick either. Because you have to go through this, the voicemail and the select, and then you get put on hold, and then you get, I mean.
Like calling the doctor's office.
Yeah, it's like calling the doctor's office. None of this is like easy, and I mean, I was here like in September because there was someone whose dog had escaped the second time. Now we've had a third time with that dog coming out the front door at us. Like, Okay, so we don't really know when this is going to be done. We have no idea.
I can't give you an exact date, though.
That's really sad. Because this,
100% before we can go live with this.
I understand, but I was told in January that this was important and it was a priority, and we are soon going to be the next January, and we don't know when it will be done.
So, but
And the shelter staff has been hearing for years that it's going to be updated. Like, I try not to call them because, unless it's like an emergency to call, like, I try not to call to ask a question about something because I don't want to hold up the line for someone. There's, 890-3550, one line, doesn't roll. You have to then call 890-3555, one line. That's all they have. You go to voicemail. Like, I don't want to be the one on the phone asking a question that isn't a true emergency and somebody's trying to get through and they're rolling the voicemail because I'm holding up the line. Like, we don't know when.
priority is still being worked on.
All right. I'm going to go sit down. Obviously, people who listen to me complain about the situation I live with. Well, I'm in court right now with someone over their dog coming at me. Third time, not a charm. You know, that's why I'm curious about prosecutor. Like, we had a set fee schedule for this particular neighbor. That fee schedule's not being followed. Like, just, it's not. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Yes, Janice.
Janice Connick, 432 Trinity Avenue, Cornell Heights. I would just like to thank Anthony for being such a good council president since this is your last meeting. You never get nasty or... What was that?
I said he's already
We're blushing.
Well done.
Thank you, Janice.
You never get nasty or upset with people, and at times you let them run over time if it's really a major problem. There's not many people here, which is good. I find that totally acceptable. And a couple of times I have asked you things that you didn't know, and you said you'd look them up, but instead of making me wait to the next meeting, you would call me and give me the answer, which I thought was really nice of you to do that. I especially like how you explain all the items on the agenda, because how they're written and what they mean are two different ball games. But that's really super that you explain everything, and I sincerely hope that the next president will do the same thing and keep that going. Okay,
Big shoes to fill.
and even though you're giving up the presidency, don't ever give up your pastor abilities of writing and doing the prayer. I've told you before, you are an outstanding job on that, and if you ever wanted to change a pace, you could become a professional creator and reader of prayers for all kinds of occasions. So you could be the traveling prayer pastor, you know, well, you could never tell. But thank you again for doing such an outstanding job, and happy Hanukkah. And to the rest of you, Merry Christmas, and may Santa treat you well.
Thank you so much, Janice.
You too, Janice.
Thank you. I appreciate those kind words.
That was very nice.
I do.
He is a nice guy.
Anyone else wishing to comment from the public? You sure you don't have anything else you want to say about the No, I'm totally joking. Janice, it went right to my head.
I got some stuff.
Oh, God. Oh, no. So let me just open it up to our council colleagues for any comments.
Ladies first.
Yeah.
Oh,
You want to?
I'm used to going last. Yeah, I'll start also thanking you, Anthony, for your great leadership over the last year. And like Janice, I appreciate all those great explanations. As I told him, when I saw there were 47 items on the consent agenda tonight, I almost had a heart attack. But I knew Anthony would be able to explain it in a way that we would be able to get the job done efficiently. And you're always a great communicator, and I just really appreciate your leadership this year.
Thank you.
And I want to thank everyone who's here tonight, and I hope everybody has a safe holiday season, and that we'll see you in January.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to say thank you. I say thank you all the time because you always help me anytime I have questions on the agenda, so I appreciate all of your friendship, but you did a great job. I know it takes a lot of extra time out of your schedule, both you and Rick doing the agenda meetings and putting the extra time in, so publicly I say thank you, but you know I thank you all the time just for our little phone call, so I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody who came out tonight. Thank you to our usuals, to our regulars. Even though you might not think that we're listening, we hear you, and your priorities are our priorities. So I do want to say that. To the team, going into the holiday season, I know we're going to be talking. I know we're going to see each other probably as soon as this meeting's over. So I hope you all have a great holiday season, Hanukkah, Christmas, and New Year's with your families, and I look forward to next year. It's going to be an exciting year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. You get a lot of accolades tonight. But it was a nice crowd tonight. Appreciate the information that you bring forth to us. I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season. Regarding Anthony and his leadership this past year, like Councilwoman Phillips said and Councilman Paparo, I mean, the job that Anthony does, preparing himself for the meeting, asking us if we have any questions prior to the meeting. Just your preparedness it's good to see. I'm glad I don't have to follow in your footsteps next year because you're a tough act to follow. But again, I appreciate all that you've done, Anthony, not only making our jobs easier, but representing the township. You do a terrific job, and I wish you nothing but the best and look forward to next year.
Thank you.
Anthony, it's been a pleasure to be your vice president this year. There are big shoes to fill. You sure you don't want to stay in that seat? No, we appreciate you, and it's been another good year for Hamilton. Continued progress on a lot of fronts, a lot of work being done to improve the quality of the services that are being provided to the public, the effort to save money for our residents through grants, like another $1.5 million grant on the agenda today. So I look forward to continuing to work with everybody on this dais. I appreciate. Thank you to our folks from the clerk's office. And just on a side note, if you haven't gotten over to Cooser Park to enjoy the Winter Wonderland, get over there. It's a beautiful site. The team did a great job setting that up. And happy holidays, everybody.
Thank you, Rick. So I just wanted to thank everyone for the folks that come out to our meetings on a bi-weekly basis. Thank you for your comments. For the folks, it's a first time. I appreciate you bringing it to our attention. The needs that maybe are not being met to your desire. That's what we're here for. I believe my colleagues are extremely responsive, and I also want to send special thanks to the administration and our clerk's office for, I know this is a thankathon, but I just feel like they're so accessible, they're so responsive. I can call a director and I'll get a call back right away on a particular issue, almost immediately. So, and Brittany, thank you for the shoes that you stepped into over the last 2 meetings. Danielle, thank you for your work in that office as well. Alyssa, Joy, do a phenomenal job. Thank you all for all the work that you put in each and every day to make this township the best that it can be. And I'll give a shout out to the mayor as well. Calls me right back, always responsive, always is transparent and communicates with me. And I appreciate his advice and his friendship. And it made this year as president fairly easy. I got to be honest with you. I look forward to next year serving in another role on council, but this has been really fulfilling for me this year, and a little bit of nervousness when you first get going, and I still have the cobwebs completely gone, but it's been a great experience this year. So I want to thank you all. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all the best of the holiday season, and the best of the new year. Hopefully everyone has a fulfilling holiday season with friends and family, and to a great 2025. Thank you so much. January 7th is our next meeting. So I expect all of you there. No, you know.